It's about 3.5 miles of cave system here. And we take the tours, usually about a half mile of that.
Antonio Moreno knows Colossal Cave well. He's a cave lead, taking visitors through one of the most extensive cave systems in the Southwest. Located in the foothills of the Rincon Mountains at the end of Old Spanish Trail, as many as 50,000 people visit Colossal Cave Mountain Park each year.
Because this area right here,
formed a couple 100 million years ago, the cave system was used by native tribes about 1,000 years ago. There's still evidence of a fire pit and smoke residue near the cave entrance. Fast forward to the 1870s. According to Tucson historian David Layton, the area became known as Mountain Spring Ranch, which had a stagecoach stop and a hotel.
Around 1879, a guy named Solomon Licks took over the Mountain Springs Ranch. And on one of his tours around his property, he discovered an opening that he thought was a mine. Which turned out to be actually what we now call Colossal Cave.
At the time, Solomon Lick's discovery was known as the Mountain Spring Cave. 8 years later, in 1887, the cave played a major role in what would become known as the legend of the lost loot. According to Layton's research, 3 men robbed the same Southern Pacific train twice in a 4-month period. They escaped with thousands of dollars in currency, gold, and silver. The sheriff and his posse tracked the bandits to the cave. After a shootout, just one of the train robbers survived. As the legend goes, he served almost 2 decades in prison in Yuma and never confessed to where the treasure was. What happened to the stolen loot is unclear. People are still on the lookout for it to this day. In 1905, the cave was actually mined for its bat guano, used as fertilizer. By 1917, it earned its larger-than-life name. A Boy Scout named Lynn Hodgkinson was asked by a potential developer to explore the cave.
After exploring the cave for quite a while, he came out and when asked about it, he said the cave was colossal. From that statement, it's believed the name Colossal Cave came from.
Layton says another theory is one-time U of A President Byron Cummings gave it its name. Regardless of the origin, once inside, you'll quickly understand why it's called Colossal Cave and why it's a welcome relief from the heat.
so the temperature stays about 71 degrees in our cave with the humidity about, so usually it's about 60%.
Yeah.
Because all the monsoon we begin this year, our cave is pushing about 83% right now.
You can feel humidity.
Oh,
in it, yeah.
While nearby Karchner Caverns is known as a wet living cave, Colossal Cave is a dry or dead cave, although Moreno says the near-record monsoon has awakened the cave just a little bit. You'll find many of the same types of formations in both caves, like in the drapery room.
Call it that because the beautiful formation behind me over here, it looks like drapes or a curtain.
A big part of the Colossal Cave tour is education. Moreno hopes with knowledge comes conservation.
I like to keep this part of Tucson, a big part of Tucson, for as long as we can keep it.
Yeah.
And try to make sure no damages happen here. Of course, there's always going to be a very tiny bit, but make sure it lasts forever.
Antonio, thank you for the time.
Of
Colossal
course.
Cave is absolutely Arizona, and we appreciate that time.